First contact, the skies above Epsilon, 9 burned orange as Kaltorian warships descended through the atmosphere. Commander Rhys Jordan crouched behind the remains of a defense turret. His tactical visor cracked and his ammunition dangerously low. 3 days of constant fighting had reduced his platoon to just 7 soldiers. Hold position, Rhys ordered through his cum. Conserve fire until they're within optimal range. The alien warriors advanced with disciplined precision, their scaled armor gleaming in the harsh light of the colony world's setting sun. Rhys had fought many enemies in his 15 years of service, but the Kaltorians were different, methodical, adaptable, almost respectful in their approach to combat. When the aliens breached the final perimeter, Rhys and his remaining soldiers unleashed everything they had. The battle became chaos, a desperate struggle of survival. Rhys fought with everything he had, his combat knife flashing as his rifle finally clicked empty. That's when he saw her, a female Kaltorian warrior pinned beneath fallen debris, her squad moving forward without noticing her predicament. Without thinking, Rhys changed direction, sliding into cover beside her. The alien's golden eyes widened with confusion as he leveraged his strength against the metal beam crushing her leg. "I don't expect gratitude," Rhys grunted as he strained against the weight. "Just don't kill me immediately, okay?" To his surprise, the alien warrior spoke in accented English. "Why help enemy?" The beam finally shifted. The Kaltorian pulled herself free, wincing as purple blood seeped from her injured leg. Rhys offered her a field bandage from his tactical vest. "'Cause today doesn't have to be your day to die," answered simply. As fighting continued around them, a massive shadow fell across them both. Rhys looked up to see an imposing Kaltorian warlord, his armor adorned with symbols of rank and victory. The warlord observed the scene with calculating eyes before barking orders that ceased the fighting in their immediate vicinity. "Human." The warlord addressed Rhys directly. "I am Szeth, commander of the 6th Fleet. You showed honor to one of mine. This will not be forgotten." As Rhys was taken prisoner rather than executed, he caught the injured warrior watching him with unreadable golden eyes. Something had changed in this war, though Rhys couldn't yet know how profoundly. Part 2. The Proposal. Cell aboard the Kaltorian flagship was surprisingly comfortable. Rhys had been treated with a strange mix of caution and respect since his capture. 3 days had passed when the door finally slid open to reveal Warlord Szeth alongside the female warrior Rhys had saved. "This is Navarra, my second in command," Szeth introduced. "She has told me of your actions during battle." Rhys stood, meeting the warlord's gaze. "I'm Commander Rhys Jordan, Earth Defense Force." "I know who you are," Szeth replied. "We have studied your tactics for months. You are different from other human commanders, efficient, with minimal casualties on either side." Rhys remained silent, unsure where this conversation was heading. Navarra's golden eyes studied him intently, her expression unreadable. "Your colony will not fall," Szeth continued. "We have withdrawn our forces temporarily." "Why?" Rhys asked, suspicion evident in his voice. "Because I wish to make you an offer." Szeth stepped closer. "Join us as tactical advisor to my fleet. Help minimize bloodshed in this conflict." Rhys couldn't hide his shock. "You're asking me to betray my people?" "I'm asking you to save lives on both sides." Szeth's voice remained even. "This war cannot be avoided, but its costs can be reduced. You understand battle in ways few do." Navarra spoke for the first time. "You fight with honor and wisdom. Our warriors respect this. They would listen to you." Rhys paced the small cell, mind racing. "And if I refuse?" "You return to your colony unharmed," Szeth answered. "But the war continues, and many more die." That night, alone with his thoughts, Rhys wrestled with impossible choices. The next morning, Navarra came alone to his cell. "Why did you save me?" she asked directly. "It was the right thing to do," Rhys answered honestly. "Enemy or not?" Navarra's expression softened slightly. "My people believe that actions in battle reveal one's true essence. Yours revealed compassion amid violence." "What would happen if I accepted?" Rhys asked. "You would face challenges. Not all Kaltorians will welcome you." Her eyes held his. "But you would not face them alone." Something in her words, perhaps the promise of alliance in a strange new world, helped crystallize his decision. When Zeth returned, Reese gave his answer one that would forever change to civilizations, though he couldn't possibly know it then. Among aliens, the Kaltorian warship Dawnbreaker became Reese's new home. At first, the alien crew kept their distance, watching the human with suspicious eyes. Reese spent hours learning Kaltorian technology, culture, and most importantly, their approach to warfare. They respect strength above all, Navarra explained during one of their daily training sessions. She had become his guide and reluctant protector among the crew. Reese blocked her strike, his muscles straining against her superior strength. But they value honor just as highly. Navarra nodded, a hint of approval in her golden eyes. You learn quickly, human. Reese, he corrected, offering a small smile. After saving each other's lives, we should probably use names. Their sparring had become something more than practice, a bridge between their worlds. Reese noticed details about Navarra he hadn't before, the subtle variations in her golden scales, how they darkened slightly when she was focused. The intelligence behind her fierce exterior. The first real test came when the fleet prepared to engage heavily defended human mining outpost. Warlord Zeth called Reese to the command deck. Your strategy? Zeth demanded, displaying holograms of the outpost. With all eyes on him, Reese outlined a precision approach targeting communication arrays and defense systems, while leaving evacuation routes clearly open. The outpost will fall without unnecessary casualties. The humans will retreat, rather than fight to the death. Murmurs spread among the officers until Navarra stepped forward. His plan honors both victory and life. I support it. The raid proceeded according to Reese's strategy. The outpost fell with minimal bloodshed on either side. When they returned to the ship, something had changed. Kaltorian warriors acknowledged Reese with respectful nods. That night, Navarra joined him in the observation bay, both staring at the distant stars. You saved many of my warriors today, she said softly, and many of your people. It's why I'm here, Reese replied. Is that the only reason you stay? Navarra's question carried weight beyond its simple words. Reese turned to face her, suddenly aware of how close they stood. No, he admitted. Not anymore. Something changed between them in that moment, a recognition of connection that transcended their differences. When Navarra's hand tentatively touched his, Reese interlaced his fingers with hers, marveling at how right it felt despite everything that should have made it impossible. Whatever comes, Navarra whispered, know that you are no longer alone among the stars. Part 4. Betrayal and Truth. 6 months into his role as advisor, Reese had earned a place of respect among the Kaltorian fleet. His relationship with Navarra had deepened into something. Neither had expected a bond that crossed biological differences and centuries of isolation between their species. During a private moment in Navarra's quarters, as they lay together in the aftermath of newfound intimacy, she traced the scars on his shoulder with gentle claws. Our skin feels warm against my scales, she murmured. Different, yet perfect. I never imagined finding this among the stars. Their peace was shattered when alarms blared throughout the ship. They dressed quickly, racing to the command deck where Warlord Zeth stood grim-faced before a holographic display. Human warships approaching, he announced as Reese entered. They've broken the negotiated boundaries. Reese studied the tactical display with growing horror. These aren't standard Earth defense formations. This is a strike force operation. Sundering. They're planning to deploy fusion bombs directly into Kaltorian territory. How do you know this? Zeth demanded, because I helped design the protocol before, ... Reese faltered. Before I knew why you were fighting? Navarra's eyes narrowed. What do you mean? The moment had come for truths too long hidden. Reese accessed the secure Kaltorian database, displaying information he'd gathered over months. Your homeworld is dying atmospheric degradation from solar radiation. You need habitable worlds, not for conquest, but for survival. He turned to face them all. But Earth's leaders don't know this. They believe this is simple aggression, these approaching ships. Zeth pressed. A faction that wants total war, not peace. Reese straightened his shoulders. I can stop them, but you have to trust me completely. Hours later, as the human fleet approached, Reese broadcast a message on all frequencies using authentication codes only a high-ranking commander would possess. He revealed the truth about the Kaltorian situation while exposing the rogue Earth faction's plans. When the dust settled, the immediate threat had passed, but Reese knew harder challenges lay ahead. That night, Navarra held him as he reconciled his divided loyalties. "You chose a difficult path between worlds," she whispered against his skin. "The only path that leads to a future for both our peoples," he replied, pulling her closer as stars drifted past the viewport beside them. Two worlds united 1 year after Reese had made his fateful decision aboard the Kaltorian flagship. He stood before representatives from both civilizations in the newly constructed Unity station orbiting Earth. Beside him, Navarra's presence gave him strength as he prepared to address the assembled diplomats. From enemies to allies, Reese began. "Our journey proves that understanding can emerge from conflict when we recognize our shared needs." The peace treaty before them represented months of delicate negotiations. Earth would provide temporary settlement rights on 3 uninhabited planets, while Kaltorian scientists would share their advanced atmospheric regeneration technology that would benefit both species. After the formal proceedings, Reese and Navarra retreated to their private quarters aboard the station. The room blended elements from both cultures' earth plants alongside Kaltorian crystalline sculptures, a physical manifestation of their relationship. "We actually did it," Reese said. Still amazed as he looked out at Earth glowing below them, Nava embraced him from behind, her scales cool against his skin. "You did it. Your courage changed everything." He turned in her arms. "Our courage. I couldn't have done any of this alone." Navarra pressed her forehead to his the most intimate gesture in Kaltorian culture. "When you saved me that day on the battlefield, I never imagined where it would lead." "To the stars," Reese whispered, kissing her gently. "And to you." Later, as they lay together watching Earth's sunrise from orbit, Navarra placed something in Reese's palm, a crystalline pendant containing intertwined strands of their DNA. "On my world, this symbolizes a bond that transcends physical form," she explained. "A recognition that our paths are now one." Reese fastened it around his neck, the crystal warm against his skin. "Whatever comes next, we face it together." Outside their viewport, ships from both civilizations moved in harmony through the void. Two species that had once fought now worked side by side, building a future neither could have achieved alone. Together, Navarra agreed, her golden eyes reflecting starlight as Reese pulled her close. Two worlds united in ways no one could have imagined, all because a human soldier had shown mercy to an alien warrior on a battlefield far from home.